I have no idea what I think of this game. The Baltimore Ravens, winners of 2 in a row, heading to Minnesota. And, after the Ravens beat the Dolphins last week, everybody on TV is going through they're doing the Mike and the Mad Dog exercise for the next 6 weeks on the Ravens schedule. Win, 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 win. It's like, well, after the Vikings beat the Lions, it's like, I'm not so sure that you just chalk up as an immediate W.
No.
The Ravens going to Minnesota and the Vikings coming off of that win over the Lions. The Ravens are favored by 4.5 points at US Bank Stadium, over under a 49.5. 91% of the spread money is on the Ravens. The Ravens have no players on the injury report. Now, they may update it on Saturday. And
you're funny.
Who do you like?
Well,
who do you like?
I hear everything you're saying. I hear everything. I certainly think the Vikings defense can give the Ravens some issues. I do. I mean, I just think that highly of Brian Flores. We saw what he did last week to the Detroit Lions. This offense has got, maybe not as many weapons as the Lions, but the difference is they got a quarterback where it's like if you move him off the spot, I don't know if that's a good thing. It might actually be a worse thing when you move Lamar Jackson off the spot. So the game can't be, hey, we move Jared Goff off the spot here. You let Lamar and they bring some of the blitzes they brought last week against Jared Goff. He's going to get outside and contain when Lamar Jackson's going to get outside. And it's going to be like, what do we do now? Our corners aren't that great and we're covering for 6 or 7 seconds. That's where it's going to be interesting. I can see the Vikings be a pain in the ass, but I also can see the Vikings blitzing in a big moment and Lamar making one guy miss and all of a sudden like Zay Flowers is wide open, something like that. I could see a lot of big plays and some negative plays. The question is, can the Vikings offense consistently move the ball in the Ravens defense? Like you said, they're healthy. They're damn good. I feel like they figured out a few things with their scheme that they're doing different that way. And that's my question mark. I'm going to go Ravens 24-21. I think this will be a fun game.
Oh, man. So close. I've gone back and forth on this, and part of it, I guess, is an emotional hedge, but part of it is just realistic. The Ravens feel like they're the better team right now. I don't know how the Vikings are going to respond a week after getting a division win on the road. We saw what happened the last time. They came home against the Falcons in a big Sunday night game after beating the Bears, and it did not work out. Here's where I'm the most confused. The Flores-Lamar Jackson matchup. First week of the 2019 season, when Flores was the head coach of the Dolphins and Lamar Jackson was still a largely unproven commodity. He had played down the stretch in 2018, but Flores, hey, we're going to keep this guy from running, and what did he do? 5 touchdown passes, 59-10 romp of the Dolphins. Now, 2 years later, it was that Thursday night game when the Ravens went to Miami and Flores stymied the Baltimore offense 22-10. So I don't like.
He's seeing more of that defense.
Cooked up a plan.
Right.
They cooked up a plan that worked. This week, and I'm with you. Okay, they're going to cook up a plan, but will it work? And when the game's on the line, will the Ravens, who are extremely confident, I talked to Derrick Henry the other day. What's your confidence scale? 1 to 10 of making the playoffs. They're 3-5. He said it's a 10. So they know they can't lose another one. And I think there's a greater degree of desperation, even though the Vikings are getting closer and closer to that point as well.
Yeah.
24-23. We almost had a bingo, bango, bongo. 24-23. Ravens on a late field goal win the game and move to 4-5 and drop the Vikings to 4-5. And the Vikings are going to be in desperation mode if they lose this one. And it could go either way. There's no way this one's a best bet. But we'll see what the Ravens
the
and
Vikings don't have the
All
Ravens' desperation as far as expectations and what was expected. I think that's the big thing. And the Ravens have a veteran culture of football team where it just makes you feel like in a desperation game for both teams, I'm going to lean that way.
And the Ravens had extra time. And I think extra time makes a difference to get ready for a game where there is going to be a certain amount of a coaching chess match.
Yo. Thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.